Like, they feed off of people's delusion.
But it's also funny because you bring that up. I have an intentional notebook that I keep with people's phone numbers in them. And I say every once in a while I'm going to contact these people intentionally. These same people ignore my personal texts. Yes, did I intentionally sit down and say I'm going to text these 40 people? Yes. But did I sit down and text you? How many people don't sit down and text you? But I sit down and text you to see how you're doing. And you ignore that text for whatever reason why you choose to ignore that text. But you get excited to be subscribed to so-and-so's newsletter that they don't even write.
Right.
Like, we are so celebrity proximity that we don't even realize it. Some of you know who I am. Some of you have recognized me for what I am. But you still will not open a door for me. Hey, sis, can you introduce me to your network? Just share one of my videos. And don't just hit the share button. Share.
It's so funny. Share has me on it.
That's funny. That is funny.
That's me right there.
It is. I was like, how come it shows Adoy is on my... I moved to, so I couldn't get my...
Now it's gone.
Yeah, I couldn't get my fingers. But I was like, why does it say share Adoy? And then you notice it when I was saying share.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're watching The Secret. That's why I'm here, Miss T. How are you, friend? We're watching The Secret, and Adoy's like... She's heard of The Secret, but she's never watched it. And so she's like, okay, let's sit down and watch The Secret so it can blow my mind too. And they're like, The Secret is the law of attraction. And she was like, is that it? I was like, girl, back in the day in 2006, the law of attraction, understanding that you can control your mind. What's up, Truth be told? Truth be told, how you doing? The truth to be told that you can actually control your mind in 2006 was groundbreaking. In 2024, yes, we understand that we can control our mind, but some of us, most of us, not me, not her, but most of the rest of y'all don't know how to control your mind. You should get my book, What's the Best That Can Happen, available on my website, LoneeLifestyle.com. But most of us don't truly know how to control our minds. And because we don't know how to control our minds, we think controlling our mind is blanking our mind. The actual ability to blank your mind is a task I haven't figured out. Can you blank your mind, Adoy?
Meaning what?
They say when you're meditating, you want to see black. You want, or nothing. Whatever nothing is to you, to me, black is nothing. Maybe that's my first error. What is nothing to you?
Nothing is more just like not really thinking about anything else. Just kind of like observing where I'm at. Like, if you would say nothing, I would be thinking about, okay, I'm sitting here.
Because when you're
just sitting here, instead of thinking about, oh, I gotta cook dinner later or have work later. Like, I wouldn't be thinking about those things. I would just be thinking about the fact that I'm sitting down at the moment.
So if you're about to begin a meditation, they say, clear your mind of all thoughts. Visually, what does that look like for you? Close your eyes and clear your mind of all thoughts.
Like, I stop thinking about having to go to work. Stop thinking about cooking dinner. I stop thinking about things that I have to push later. And I just focus on the now. Like, I'm standing here right now. Or I'm walking my dog right now. Listening to this right now. Or I'm thinking about what I'm doing at the moment. Instead of forcing myself to plan for the future.
I'm cold and want to stretch at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, so when I
stretch,
right? So when I
I'm telling you, you should be doing your daily stretches.
I'm back on it tomorrow. But anyway,
Look, she has a ponytail in her back.
Oh, she has a third ponytail now?
Yeah.
You are whipping it up. Oh, it fell off.
Hey, it's not the first
Sometimes ponytails fall off,
exactly,
babe.
that's what I'm saying.
You whipping that work, though. That looks good.
You gotta push it into it so it sticks.
Yeah, you gotta kind of fix it around it so it blends back in. But you're doing good work, son. I just blanked out. What were we talking about?
Meditation.
Meditation. Okay, so when I'm meditating and they say close your eyes and clear your mind. How you doing? I just can't read your name, but welcome. Well, you're gone now, so never mind.
You don't have to say hi. It's okay. Well, you have to, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Because your playback is gonna have you saying hi in the middle of your conversation.
We don't want that.
I mean, you can, but I'm just thinking like you got to do more editing. Like you got to edit out every hi.
I don't edit that out. That's a part of the live experience.
Oh.
Yeah, they just get the raw and uncut on live because it's live.
I have never watched one of your videos before.
One of my lives?
Yeah.
I was like, you haven't watched one of my videos, but my lives you never you
I've been on the lives, but
you haven't paid attention to what I'm actually saying. You're just there because you're just there.
No, I mean I'm there having the conversations with you, but I don't watch the playbacks.
Oh, okay, boom. So over on LoneeAppleton Live, you don't watch the playbacks, but you can go watch the playbacks on LoneeAppleton Live.
Yeah, so I mean, like I don't go.
I don't either. I don't watch. After I'm done editing, after I'm done...
But I'm a consumer.
Now, I'll watch my video. Well, these are two different conversations. But I'll watch my video. I'm not a consumer.
You're
but
the
anyway.
producer.
No. These are two different conversations. But I'll watch my video like 20,000 times. And then when I post it, then I'll never watch it again. Unless for some reason it's brought into my field of awareness because God's reteaching a lesson or making a connection point. But as a consumer...
How short Michael's hair was.
Oh, yeah. As a consumer, I'm not a consumer. But you are a consumer. Andre is a consumer. So... I'm creating content that I enjoy. So because I'm creating content that I enjoy, I'm narrowing down my demographic to non-consumers because what I have to share is not for the average consumer. It's going to go right over their head.
Right.
So I have a target audience that I'm seeking. But I also need to figure out how to market to the consumer to make you go. But when I do go and watch our videos, I'm entertained. Like, our content...
Like, hey, guys, I got some information for you. Hey, guys, I got some information. Stay for some information.
I'm going to give you some information.
And then, boom.
Yeah.
The information is you get a seed to grow a tree.
Whoa! No. You're stupid. You need a seed to grow a tree.
Right? Like, that's how they be making it sound with this advertisement stuff. Like, that's how you get the simple-minded consumer engage with their senses.
Yeah, I was watching one video, and the amount of times that she said, I'm going to tell you something, but in a different way. What is that, friend?
Cinnamon roll.
Is it a cinnamon roll? It's amazing. Is it...
A smiley face.
Oh, it's a smiley. Oh, I see it now. See, I shouldn't have listened to your sister. It's a smiley face and it has a ponytail.
Yes.
Cool.
You are so artistic. I see it, and you made the post. See, he pushed it in like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you take direction well. Good job.
Thank you.
I love you. Bless you.
Thank you. It reminds me, I was playing with
Excuse
that lady
me?
and her
I'm a
son.
good artist.
You are a good artist and a very good speaker.
I was playing with that lady and her son,
Mm-hmm.
and he was holding this car. He was trying to climb on stuff, so I was like asking him if I can hold his car, and he was like, no, no.
I am playing like I don't have meetings today.
Oh, well, let's watch this.
We're watching The Secret.
Oh.
We might have some contemplation so we can share it.
Let's do it.
I like our secret-centered conversation.
Ooh, time out! Incoming dishes! Duck! With on power wash?
Duck. That's how you appease to the
Right?
public.
Duck! It's a duck saying duck! Oh my god!
Right? Like, whose idea is this? Who gets paid for this? This is hilarious.
5 times faster.
Yeah, somebody got paid a lot of
That's what I'm
money.
saying.
And power wash can
Somebody got paid a lot of money. They're like, how about we have the duck say duck?
Those sets got
I wonder who really, like, that's the type of stuff I want to know. Who's in charge of these
And from that,
commercials?
we start to invoke one of the greatest laws of the universe, and that's the law of attraction. You become what you think about the most, but you also attract what you think
You
about
attract
most.
what you
Here,
think about the
see it
most.
in here.
That's the piece I
You're
was
gonna
missing.
hold it here.
Not missing what I'm attracting, but missing what I'm attracting. When we pay attention, we got to pay attention to
Become.
things. Yes, this is amazing. It's blowing my mind. Is it blowing yours?
Yeah, no, I actually believe in a lot of this stuff. This is why I say I'm working on my magnetism and I'm working on certain things. Because I need to be in spaces where I'm not bargaining to get what I want. I shouldn't be bargaining for a job. Like me walking into the job I have and being like, yeah, I need these hours. And them saying, oh, I got to get back to my manager. But on the walk home, they call me back and be like, hey, can you start tomorrow? And ever since I have the consistent hours I asked for.
No, I think
You said no?
thoughts become, I don't know what he's going to say, but you start attracting yourself. No, we're thinking about, see, just like when we did the love is patient, love is kind, let's actually actively, intentionally apply this. So our goal is 10 for 10.
The law of attraction.
Yes, let's actually use it since we literally have confirmation in our face. I've always questioned these things because people can say anything. I can't prove that which you've achieved is based off of the principles you're telling me. Now that I've experienced myself, now I can go back to a video I watched 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I can now go back to a movie, The Secret, that I watched 19 years ago, and I can listen to what they're saying because I know what they're saying is true. Before it was theory, so I played around with it. But now I know that I am attracting like, and which means I can actually tell my future what I want it to look like if I create that space. So instead of you talking about the W2 experience, let's focus our energy on our 10 for 10. This call that I'm going to have tonight, I'm going to have 2 new business partners.
Yes.
I have another call at 3 p.m. That's why I said I need to stop playing like I got time. I have another call where I'm just going to talk to sis. She's an entrepreneur. She's a free spirit. She's, a woo-woo. So she would be a good addition to our community if this opportunity aligns for her. And I believe that it is because I believe God is sending me to people. God did not send me to the people. God did not send me to the people that I keep going back to and reapproaching. I keep reapproaching these people because they're my friends. Because there's people who have been down with me for however long they've been down with me. All these people where I said, I'm going to take you with me, but I didn't know how I was going to take you with me. And then God was like, okay, we about to filter through some people. People have such a bias against MLMs that they won't even give it an opportunity.
Well, that's the thing, is just like you're focusing on people who want to see tangible results. And going to a job is tangible results. And getting your taxes deduced and... Is that what it's called? Deducted. Yep, deduced. There you go. I'm like, I gotta make sure.
It's a deduction.
Because reduce is the same thing as deduction, but it interchangeable sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, your taxes are getting deduced. You have to... I don't know. I feel like they take a lot more money than they say they are. Because, so like when you sign up for a job and they're like, how much should we take out of your account? Like, what percentage point? Mm-hmm. And then, like, you have to gauge their percentage point or they'll take more than what you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's...
Hello, welcome.
Hello. And then there's people who...
I need to send my live to new people. I send my live to the same people and they don't come check me out. I'm going to start sending my live to new people.
You send it to random people. Stop trying to be the same. Stop trying to be familiar.
You're right.
That's really why I'm...
You're right. I never thought about that.
But that's how I feel. Like, I feel like I can't be familiar in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to pick up different. And I've been feeling that. Just, like, overall. Like, just the stage of life I'm in. Because I've been talking about getting friends for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, people want tangible. They don't mind being ripped off. They don't mind being scammed.
Yeah, they don't.
It's kind of weird.
Because they don't know who to trust. They don't know how to trust. They don't know what to trust. There's very little to trust. Like, even this secret, like I said, it did help me, especially in the season that I'm in. I was, a student of Wayne Dyer. I wasn't really a student of Deepak Chopra. I listened to him simply because it was trend to listen to him, but I really couldn't. Yeah, but I didn't really like him. I didn't dislike him. He just never aligned with me as a teacher. But Wayne Dyer, he definitely. And so I didn't really watch these things. I didn't watch these things with intention for you to learn from them. But I do believe that you're open to this today because you were exposed to it at some point. Just like you heard my Pimp C and, my Andre 3000. You heard my secrets and you heard the Bible experience and you heard all these different things that I was listening to. So, no, I did not intentionally put it in your face, just like I'm not intentionally putting it in their face, like, come here and sit down and watch The Secret. No, but understand that they can't turn their senses off. They can't turn their six senses off. They're going to soak this up.
Yeah, well, that's like me thinking about like all the movies that we watched growing up, like Secondhand Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I really remember that movie a lot.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Exactly. Like, it set well with me. Or like Bad Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying like there's very like positive messages in Bad Boys, but
it's brotherhood.
Exactly.
We can't demonize everything about the culture because it was a unifier until they perverted it. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood, loyalty, having somebody's back. Those are all beautiful attributes.
Why is Bob Proctor so familiar, though? Is he really, really famous? This guy right here.
I don't know. He's a self-philosopher.
Like, he looks very...
I don't know, but I think they hire people to look like Bob Proctor, and that's the thing. I didn't know if these people were actors. I don't know. Here's your script. I didn't know. And so now I live a life where I know they're telling the truth. Whether they know they're telling the truth, whoever wrote the script knows that they're telling the truth. And when you reach a certain level of ascension, you know that this stuff is possible. So now you rewatch The Secret in 2025 to pick up all the pieces you've been taking for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to get my 10 for 10. I already talked to God about it. I was like, God, it's time for me to start producing that which I said I'm going to produce. 10 for 10.
I'm gonna... Yeah, no, my phone died and I hopped back in and she's like, so Adoy, what are you doing? I'm like...
Yeah, she started with me. Lonnie, what are you doing? You just said that we're going to do it offline, and now we're doing it now. Okay, exactly. 10 for 10.
Well, that's the thing. If we aim high and we do high, then we're doing it for ourselves. We're not doing it for the group. We are doing it for the group because it helps others. Like, I'm inspired by your hustle, how you have, interviews on the books. And now I'm thinking, if I get interviews, I want people who are actually going to pursue, not... Like, when we were doing the warm and cold market, it was more just me getting people in the room. Now, I actually need people who are interested in opportunities.
Yeah, so that's why it slowed down for me, too, because I know they say this opportunities for everybody, but for me, when I think about what I want to accomplish with this business... How much money have
you accumulated already? Because you have 4 people.
I don't know.
You should have at least like a couple $100,
like $3. It said 6, but the last time I was in there, it said 3. I don't know how much money I've made, but
Yeah, you might just come home with 1,500 just because you don't know how much you made.
Yeah, I know that this is what God intended for me, and this is my thing because I'm not like it has to work. It has to work. It has to work. I'm just like God. This makes too much sense not to work. So I need you to teach me how to work this.
I think I need to be more positive.
Definitely.
Like, going forward, I'm always going to have money in my checking account.
Yeah.
Because I don't think about those things. I just think about, oh, dang, I don't have any money in my account.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think about. It's not that I'm being negative. I'm just observing what's happening and, like, co-signing on it. Yeah. But I don't want to co-sign on it because I want money in my account all the time.
Yeah.
So...
Just focus on having money in your account. Maybe even don't even focus on having money in your account. It just is. It's not even something you think about. You think Bill Gates thinks about having money in his bank account?
I don't mean it like that, but I mean, like, because I got to start somewhere, like, to reverse. Basically, to combat the fact that I think about not having money, I should think about having money. Or I should not. I need to replace that not having feeling.
So you need to replace the the cycle, the habits. You
Yeah,
need to
exactly.
replace the habit of thinking about money until you reach the point of not thinking about money, because I don't think wealthy people think about money. They think about how to get more money, probably,
Right.
to accumulate more wealth, because once you accumulate some wealth, you try to accumulate more wealth. If you don't, that's how someone accumulated wealth and then the wealth was lost, because no one thought about how to accumulate more wealth. So if you do accumulate wealth, it's not for you to, and that's what it says. Ooh, somebody says something. Cornegay, Mr. Gary Cornegay,
He's
our
hilarious.
RVP, he said, the Bible says, don't squander the inheritance. He said, this isn't an inheritance. I earned this money. He said, so I can go and do with this money what I want to do with this money. I want you to leave instead of loudly whispering, which is also disruptive. Thank you for not being loud with your regular voices, but the whispering is also disruptive. So please. Mr. Gary Cornegay, that's who our direct business, well, he is our direct business partner, but he's not our direct. But we're three. I got his number in my phone.
I would say direct. I'm gonna just
When I get a
call direct.
one-on-one meeting with him, because he's probably observing me from afar, because I'm sure Stephanie done said, I want you to watch this one. And so, but what he said was, the Bible says, do not squander your inheritance. The reason why you don't want to squander your inheritance, regardless of what it is, the first thing is, if you don't value the $10 in your pocket, you're going to get to a point where you don't value the 100. If you don't value the $100 in your pocket, you're going to get to a point where you don't value the 1,000, so forth and so on. You think, man, if I just get to $1 million, but if you keep getting to $1 million, you understand you'll get to a point where you don't value that $1 million and you take it for granted. So you, have to stop taking the dollar for granted, because there's a point in time in my life where my bank account was overdrawn. There was a point in time in my life where I prayed for $1 so I could put it in the collection plate on Sunday, because that's how I learned about giving to God.
People be saying accounts get overdrawn, but I have never been overdrawn. These places just be like, hey, you're not paying. Nothing's being taken out of my account. It's just...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I've never hit overdrawn. They just stop.
Oh, that's a blessing.
It is, because I don't want those draft fees.
But, okay, so boom, you've never overdrawn, because if they allow, it is a blessing, but if they allow a charge too high to take your account, they'll run the risk of not getting their money back.
Yeah.
So they block it. So you deal with it.
Right.
So, but if it's like $1 or $2, they will sure overdraw your account and then charge you $35 for those $2.
Dang,
They will
see,
do
that's
it in a
never
second.
happened to me.
In Jesus' name. Son, what are
That's
you
like,
doing?
If I don't have the Apple money, they won't overdraw me $10. They just don't
Okay,
get
well then
paid
go
until I
about
got
your
money.
business.
And they run the card after when I get paid.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been like running into, is like I want all my payments at like the certain specific time, but some of them aren't aligned. Like my Primerica payment came out this week, but all of my other expenses come out at the end of the month. So I'm like, dang it. Try to get everything on the same track, because I do want, like I said, income in my account. I want money that I can use in my account, or I have money in my account that I can use consistently.
Okay. Me too.
Exactly.
I need access to unlimited funds.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I shouldn't have to be like, can I buy it today? No, I'll be able to buy it and still have money.
So let's stop thinking about what we shouldn't be and just consistently think about, because every time we think about, unless we're using it in a space, and this is just my current understanding, unless we're using it in a space of, I have been there, then we should not live in that space at all.
Right? 7 minutes into the secret, I think we figured it out.
Right? We didn't even need a whole hour and 31 minutes. We're 7 minutes in and we figured out the secret. It's a brilliant piece of...
funny what we see.
Right?
Let's keep watching.
Let's keep watching.
Because imagine they're like, yes. And so what you have to do is reposition that mindset.
It's 80% mindset. Whoa! The bombs that they're dropping on the secret.
It's 2025.
I know. But we're definitely not watching it by accident.
Not at all, especially because when
Look at his pants. Look at his pants. Her pants. They're his pants.
They're at the 20, the 10.
She looks tired. I've noticed that people look really, really bad.
Yeah.
I was watching something or somewhere. People are really unattractive. Like, we're looking bad, y'all. We really got to get it together.
Humans as a whole.
Yeah, as humanity, we look bad.
I think it's because of all the extra makeup and stuff.
I don't wear makeup, and I'm looking. I need to get this weight off me because I was watching those old videos of me. I like the weight I'm on, but I don't like the way my face and my skin looks. It's an unhealthy weight.
That's how I be feeling.
Thoughts are sending out that magnetic signal that is drawing the parallel
What does that
back
sound?
to you. See yourself living in
it's
abundance, and you will attract it.
Yeah, he's listening to Kendrick Lamar.
It always works. It works every time with every person.
We just got to be consistent, so we have to be consistent.
They don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over and over again.
It does. We're halfway there. I know I'm halfway there.
This is where I saw on the TikTok
something to
side.
be good or bad, or whether you don't want it, or whether
Tuning
you do.
forks.
It's responding to your thoughts. So if you're sitting there looking at a mountain of debt, feeling terrible about it,
That's why
the
Andre
signal you're putting out to
has the
universe.
bills.
Wow, I feel really bad because of all this debt.
Because
I've
if I
got.
had
You're
to
just
watch
affirming
the
it to
bills,
yourself. You feel it on
I wouldn't
every
be
level
able
of
to
your
have gotten
being.
to the
That's
point
what you're
where
gonna get more of.
I am now.
The law of attraction is really obedience.
I wonder if she still wants to look like that. She's been wearing this look for... No, she got shorter, but it's a variation of this look. Like, sis ain't wanted to bust down.
Will give you what
That's what I was thinking too, and that's what I've been thinking about, like myself. Like, how do I want to present myself?
When you
Because
focus on the things
I
that
don't want
you
to bust
don't
down,
want.
but I want to be
I
healthy.
don't want to be late. I don't want to be late.
Shoot, I have worn a bust down. I've worn a natural. I wear some... My locks is my favorite.
I don't want my
And
edges
so
to
it's
get
gonna
ripped
show
out.
up over and over.
Every once in a while, not...
Exactly.
Yeah.
The law of attraction is not biased to wants and don't wants. It manifests the things that you think.
I wonder how many converts does Lisa Nichols have? Because there's mass attraction, and you're picking out in those, and there's certain people that can. I wonder how many converts she has,
Is operation.
or is
You
she
talked to her
just?
before?
When you're thinking about
I said in one of her.
Yeah, but they say she sounds so familiar.
Yeah, it was
The
a
online
joke.
webinar.
Yeah, it was a joke.
it's an ongoing process. You don't press pause.
You wouldn't play in
don't
your
press
people's
stop.
face if
It's
you were really out
forever
here to help
and
your
ever.
people. And she played in my face. I'm not gonna say that she played in my face. I'll say
Well,
that.
she needed a platform back in 2006, so she was great.
So if
You said
she's-
she was great
Every time an
then.
individual
Well,
has a thought,
because no one knew.
for long,
Like you said, it was like, oh my God, the law of attraction. But so that's why I question, do these people truly know how to work the law of attraction? Or have they sold the law of attraction, which appears that they're utilizing the law of attraction because they are getting money, and money gets things, and we qualify things for. But if Lisa Nichols, no disrespect, sis, this is just, you're in front of me. But if Lisa Nichols is truly working the law of attraction, why is she still working? Like, you can't love this shit unless you are called by God. And if you are called by God and you're selling God's knowledge back to the people,
You also gotta understand that, for like Steph's example, she would be bored, maybe, if she didn't have a job to fulfill. She would have lots of time on her hands. Of course, she has the money, but
that's why we are... Okay, so that's why we are paying her for her time. We're not paying her for her knowledge.
so
We don't sit before her and she tells us a specific thing. Someone who is selling knowledge is saying, I'm going to sell you this particular thing. So when we sit down, we are going to talk about this particular thing. Now, my time, we may start talking about this particular thing, but we may end up over here because as you talked, I heard you actually need this in order to solve that problem. But if I'm selling you a knowledge point, I'm going to tell you what you're asking for. A person that's selling their time is going to go everywhere they need to go to answer what needs to happen. And we may not even get to what you originally got on this call for.
right.
So that's the difference. So all these people are selling knowledge, which if they're doing the work of God, you can't sell God's knowledge. It's a
But-
gift from God.
My next question is, how would they fund their teams? Because yeah, they have the money and they made it to the top, but to continue broadcasting or getting the engagement, they have people behind them. So how do they pay the people and keep their wealth?
So, based off of what I heard from Stephanie yesterday, our business partners, about 501(c)(3)s, C3s.
Y'all keep saying these random letters and numbers. I don't know.
I'm just learning too.
Document.
No, it's a nonprofit. If you want to form a nonprofit, which all of these people probably operate under nonprofits, because when you sell information like this, you can form nonprofits. I don't know, but I believe so. So when you form a nonprofit, what I learned from Brandy yesterday is you get certain tax breaks, certain incentives, different ways to get money that you can now tap into. And so they get the money from there, and that's how they pay their people on the nonprofit side. And then on the for-profit side, they start writing books and all these different things. I'm freely sharing this knowledge with you, but it's taking me hours to get it out of me. You're going to pay me for my carpal tunnel. You're going to pay me for the food that I have to eat to nourish my body. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay me for all these different things. So it's not me selling my knowledge. It's me being compensated for my time. So that's my understanding. But my question is, why is Lisa still selling the same shit?
Well, think about, because I was talking to Brandy. Go ahead.
You said if Stephanie would be bored. So yeah, she's selling her time. And she's freely giving this knowledge away. Just giving it away. What's your question?
And she doesn't be too deep.
Yeah, and then what do I see in you? So I'm going to tell you, by watching you, I can track you just like I track you. And just like I track other people. And I'm like, okay, this is what you need to hear right now, because I know where you're at in your ascension, because I've been there. So I'm tracking you. No, I don't know your life, but I understand where you're at. I've been there, so I could give you some information.
I feel kind of lucky to have a mom like you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moms out there that ruin their children.
Yeah.
And you've done a great job repairing the relationship.
Thank you.
It's important, though.
Yeah,
it's all about mindset.
Yeah.
Like, you would make jokes about it being Stockholm Syndrome, but in reality, it's kind of like...
Stockholm Syndrome?
Yeah, like when you're in love with your abuser.
No, I said, and really it's like...
It's not. It's not, though.
Oh, what is it?
I feel like you've...
Present day versus in the past.
Yeah.
In the past, it was Stockholm Syndrome, but presently...
When did we shake that off? Do you think it shook off before 18 or after?
I believe the relationship we're experiencing today started in 2022. But 2023, the relationship that we have today started, but it didn't lock in until 2024.
Senior year of high school.
When we started working together, January 2024 is when we locked in. For me.
Yeah, it's coming up.
But
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year we've been locked in because we were in each other's space and energy, and we were forced to learn how to, and we would be in them houses not talking to each other sometimes, you know, because we bumped up against each other.
But on top of that, it's just like, out of 365 days, how many days have we been problematic with each other? Like less than 20.
I was going to say less than 5.
Really? Because I'm thinking, like, sometimes things would spill over. Like, that time when you were like, you got to get out if you're not going to listen.
But even that.
The computer.
Because a computer monitor. Yes. You almost lost your whole house behind a computer monitor.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Is just, like, I've never been one to run to another adult. Because, like, you're not going to take my side. You're not going to take my side. You're never going to think I'm the right one. And you're not going to pity me.
Mm-hmm.
So I am out here alone. Like, what?
Yeah, and isn't that messed up that your quote-unquote aunt said, sorry to hear this, figured out?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was just going back
They
on.
did that to me when we ended up at the Predators, sleeping on the air mattress on their floor.
The Predators?
My aunt, who had room in her 5-bedroom house where she had all her other children living, she told me no.
Which is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
But, like, I left my iPod back in Arizona and never got it back. You know how many times I've left something and never got it back? Like, I left my AirPods with those girls and never got it back.
Mm-hmm. But if somebody left something in my house, the next day I would be in my car taking it back to them.
Yeah, we had left to Texas that time, but you could have shipped it in the mail.
Yeah, you could have put it in the mail, especially because you were asking for it. It's not you forgot it and you never said anything. Once you ask for it back, like, yeah, here, I was using them while I had them, but there you go. People are so, and this is what friends do.
Exactly, and family.
You a fan.
You know, friends and family, because I left my iPod at that house you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And I never got it back. And I left my AirPods at my friend's house, and somebody else took them and like, oh, I'm gonna pay you back. Girl, stop. Like, that's the thing. I hate being entertained. I hate entertaining lies I know are lies.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're paying back or not. Tell me you're not giving me my AirPods and I can get over it. Like, people feel better, or people know you get more energy from playing with emotion.
But the funny thing is, I'm so honest and real with these people. I'm like, I'm becoming your friend because I'm building a network of sisterhood. I have an ulterior motive. I do. But in that motive, you're probably going to have the best friend of your life. No, Stephanie is at 6. This one is just a sis girl call.
Oh, okay.
But thank you.
No problem. Just want to make sure.
I have my alarm set.
Exactly. Well, hey, I'm one of those people who, like, I don't use alarms, and I use my mental. Like, I will be using alarms, but in the past, I've used my mental to remember things.
He want to be his daddy so bad.
He's funny. I actually love it, though.
He gonna be the healthy version, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I chose my husband for a reason.
Well, I feel like we got to get them into sports or something so they can start building that mentality. But if you want them to go pro.
10 by 10.
Do you want them to go pro?
I do not want my children to play sports.
Because it's a liability.
Yeah, it's banging their bodies up. They have my genetics. Like, I feel like I'm going to shatter at any second. My body hurts so bad.
Please stop saying that, because now you got me thinking.
Oh, the secret. Let me attract into myself my healthy body. Hold on, let me call her in.
Right? Like, we got some mega knees.
Knees like Megan.
That's what you said. I don't have good knees. I'm like, you don't need good knees to sit down.
Shoot, you don't know.
Like, yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, my knees give out quick. Don't let that toilet be too low. It's just I'm a squat because I hold on to these walls because these knees, these are my children's genetics. So.
Did you use your knees growing up? Like, when you were 19, 20, did you squat down a lot?
Getting down with my eagle on. Girl, I was.
I wish you had videos back
yes,
then.
I am so happy there is not footage of your mom wilding out trying to be the freakiest. Like, I could take it all the way down to the ground. I used to be on the. I can't twerk because that was a whole nother body movement. But back when we booty shaked, because it was booty shaking before.
Just gyrating.
Yeah, it's just gyrating. But once they started twerking it, they were doing muscle control. I was like, I can't do that.
That's funny.
And I retired.
I remember you and Taylor being like, y'all would go off to the side together.
Taylor, my niece?
Yeah. Twerking type stuff.
Oh.
Not saying like you guys did, but I remember like it would be a talk between you. I'd be like, show me some moves, niece.
Oh.
I'm like,
yeah, because that was how I knew to relate to her.
Yeah.
Now I would know how to relate to her on a spiritual side, but I would be interested to see how far I could walk her.
Yeah, that'll be a path that we cross in the next 5-10 years.
You think so? It's going to be that far?
I think so. Honestly, I feel like we gotta get our stability.
What do you want?
What do I want?
Go back to our stability.
I think we need to finally be the people who are receiving.
I'm ready.
We have, or I wrote down in 2022, but I was like, I'm tired of being the girl that, gives and doesn't really receive. Like, what I receive isn't matched up. It isn't matched up.
Because we're great givers.
Yep.
Oh, I posted that on my page today. I was like, the people that I'm attracting are really making me want to step my friend game up. Like, I thought I was a good friend, but when Sis Girl shared my flyer, and I didn't even have to ask her, like, we both automatically know we're playing the game, but there's other people out there who know how to play the game that don't play it for me.
Right, and she's not doing it to, like, flatter you. Of course she might be. You never know.
Yeah.
But for her to see you as somebody that needs to be flattered is also a problem.
I was going to say, why wouldn't you want to, like, hey, notice me? That's what Stephanie did. She got in front of Mr. Cornegay and was like, notice me. I'm worth being noticed. So people should come in front of who they believe can be a teacher. I'm in
She
front
gotta
of
help Steph out.
I'm in front of Stephanie, like, notice me. What's get your attention? 10 for 10. God, I need to get her attention because the wealth of knowledge that this woman has, I need access to it. And I need access to it not because, okay, sis, let's address this in this meeting. No, I'm laying on the beach next to her and we talking stocks and bonds. And I'm sitting here, I was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about, but I'm going to, every little piece I pick up, and I can accelerate my knowledge by going and reading a book and going and all these different things. So I can know just enough to enter a room, or I can know everything that's going on in the room. And Stephanie and Cornegay and Brandy are saying you want to know everything that's going on in the room. And I've lived a life where I've just been good enough or okay with knowing just enough to get in the room because I know God will download the rest, but I also don't know what I don't know. I just know how to use what I do know really well.
Right. Yeah, we're very skilled one-trick ponies.
It's a lot of knowledge. Like, I want to know. I'm fucking Sid the Science Kid. I want to know everything about everything, but I also know that I can't know everything about everything if I stuck around long enough to learn everything there is to know.
Right.
I can't learn everything. I want to learn everything, but I can't if I'm stuck learning everything there is to know about this one thing. So it's a gift. That's why I battle. Because people who are like, no, you need to know this. And I'm like, I know, you're right. But my spirit and God is telling me, I expose you to what I need you to know.
Wasn't she kind of crazy? We were kind of overwhelmed about that test a couple weeks ago. And now we're not.
Girl.
You passed that test easily.
I got an 85.
Yeah, no, I got a 71.
How the heck did I get an 85?
How did I get a 71? I could have got a 69.
Because you never got your score up. Like, your score didn't get high enough for you to be in that room taking that test. Yeah. And you were like, up, let's go. And I was in there like, I have no idea any of these answers. But I knew the whole time, I was like, I'm on assignment. In order to do what God called me to do, I have to pass this test. Yeah. That's what I kept telling myself.
I had to ride in your wave because I had that idea. I was just kind of like, you know what? There's no other option. Yeah. And if I need to get state board certified, then I got to get state board certified. If I need to get to the other side, I have to get it done. It's going to get done somehow. Yeah.
So I was just like, is it? Because I was worried about you. I'm going to be honest. Because, well, you're mine, right? I was just like, yeah, I was like, girl, okay. Go team. Like, it's a football. Like, I was just like, I hope she's taking this serious enough to where she prepares herself. Because what I know to be true is if you do your part, God will do what God needs to do. But if you did not study at all, if you did not prepare yourself at all, when you walked in that room, you would have failed because the preparation that God needed for you to do in order to get that 71 was in those tries. But if you don't do those tries, when you go do the test, that's your first try. And so you must be obedient leading up to whatever it is that you're asking God to do when you're on assignment so that you're prepared. And it's just another door for you to walk through.
Which is actually kind of funny because I was getting at the same, like, if my results wasn't 5 off, it was still in the same. Like, it was in the same area of score. So, honestly, the last 20 that I got right were just, like, because I knew the information. It wasn't because, like, I guessed correctly. I wasn't guessing. I was just more just like, okay, what have I heard? What have I not heard? It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how our emotions get picked up.
Yeah.
Drake Cuts.
Hello, Drake Cuts. How are you?
You joined?
Yes, he did. Drake Cuts joined.
Oh, hi, Dad. Yes, invite him.
Invite him up or what?
Yes, invite him up.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Invited him.
You probably gonna type it.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, sir. How are you guys?
We're doing wonderful. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
What y'all up there doing? You're looking good, baby. I like your retwist.
We're watching The Secret.
We're watching The Secret and applying the law of attraction based off of how we've been oversighting it so far and seeing how we can use it in our present lives to attract the end with desire.
Oh, okay. That's real insightful. It's over with.
I think we're only 7 minutes in.
And you didn't philosophize that much, huh?
Yep. It's actually hilarious. We've been philosophizing the entire time.
Yeah.
Shoot, we can't even watch the movie.
Yeah. As soon as they say 3 words, we're like, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, but I'm pulling from it. I have more understanding of the law of attraction than I did when I first started.
Okay, well let it run a little bit and then you feel me? Let it run a little.
Alright. Do you know
Let-
about the law of attraction? Would you like to share your thoughts on it?
The laws of attraction. I think women got the most say so with that.
How come?
Because y'all got the right to say yes and no. Y'all the one.
Men
Y'all
don't have the right to say
y'all
yes and no.
huh?
Men don't have the right to say yes and no.
Yeah, but ultimately, like when it comes to relationship, so I say that men choose they partner, and women will choose like all the attraction and all of that stuff. Like I think we choose our partners, and if they don't work, it's because of the women's choices. That sound crazy?
No, I missed what you were saying because I was thinking completely different and I had to switch into what you were talking about. And by the time I switched into what you were talking about, I couldn't catch on to what you were saying. But Adoy did. I'm gonna run to the restroom because Adoy's picking up what you're putting down, and I caught the spell in, but I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I can agree with the fact that you said that women are not necessarily in control of decisions, but the law of attraction, what we're researching right now, is basically war philosophy, not just relationship based.
Oh, so it's applied
Yeah,
on a broad. It's
it's
applied.
like, go
The
ahead.
law of attraction is put on a broader scale.
Yes, it's more of like, I wouldn't say mindset changes, but it's more of it can be applied to everything. It's not just relationship based. What are you doing?
Cutting Carlos hair.
Hi. Yeah, we should watch The Secret together.
The secret of laws and attraction.
Yeah, The Secret. It's called The Secret, and then The Secret is the law of attraction. Ooh, yeah.
That is the secret. The laws of attraction is the secret.
Yeah, mom is saying that you have homework though.
Y'all got homework.
You have homework, she's saying.
Hello. So why don't you watch The Secret in the Shop?
What?
Why don't you watch The Secret in the Shop?
Oh, I could.
I mean, at some point, no, at some point you're gonna have to put some effort into the things that you say that you want. So you have to figure out how to intentionally put effort into things because what God has been teaching me is there's a difference between busy and purposeful. We think we're doing something, but we're really just busy. But when you actually
Yeah.
what God called you to do, now you're moving purposefully. So when you say there's something that you want, you have to be purposeful. You can do things, but if those things aren't what are being asked for, then you're just doing things. You need to actually do what's being asked for. God is asking very specific things for us to do, but we're doing what we want to do, thinking is pleasing to God. And God's like, that's not what I asked you to do. So now when we're looking at our earthly relationships, in our spousal relationships, in our familial relationships, You're like, well, I'm doing all these things. But the person you're doing it for is saying, but that's not what I asked you to do. So now, when we say we want something, we have to really sit in the energy and the knowing that, yes, I'm doing something, but I'm not doing what this person asked me to do. So it's pleasing for me to know that I'm doing something, but it's not pleasing to my person because I need to do what they ask. And so your homework is watch The Secret.
Okay, I'll watch it.
You said you're cutting whose hair?
Yeah, I'm cutting here. Carlos.
The younger kid?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Carlos.
You remember, yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember him. I was like, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yes. I cut all his brother's hair too.
Yeah, no, he does have a lot of brothers.
They all need life insurance policies if they don't already have them.
That's fair. They do need life insurance.
Get your family protected, Carlos. It's the greatest gift you can give.
Wavy.
All right, have a wonderful day.
You about to go?
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
So anyway, roll that beautiful bean footage. Is you listening to Dex now?
Yeah, because he's only listening to what's on the phone. Like what's already
Programmed in there.
Yeah.
Fair.
We'll wipe his history.
Right? But then he'll start listening to ding. I'd rather he listen to structured lyrics, even if those are the lyrics. You need to put some, it's the God in me. It's the God in me.
Now the sound isn't working for some reason. Unless that's just the ad.
Maybe it's the ad. And then the secret's gonna pop in exactly where the secret is the law of attraction. That's where it pops in every time. Pause. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Chronic way of thinking. They're in the creation process. Something is going to manifest out of those thoughts.
Law of attraction says we'll give you whatever it is you say and focus on. So if you're complaining about how bad it is, what you're creating is more of how bad it is. I had a student named Robert. Robert was a gay man, and he was taking an online course I have, part of which entails email access to me.
You get that. You get it from, I do that too. I don't know if I get it from you or you get it from me.
What?
Whenever people say stuff.
And it was constantly stressful because of how nasty they were with him. When he walked down the street, he said every block he was accosted by homophobic people who wanted to abuse him in some way.
Damn.
He was wanting to become a stand-up comedian. And when he went out and did a stand-up comedy job, everybody heckled him about being gay. And his whole life was one of a lot of unhappiness and misery. And it all
see, I have a big forehead, but it's an attractive big forehead.
I began to teach him that he was focusing on.
Go ahead and tell yourself that.
Look at that big forehead.
It's fine.
It can look like that big forehead. But who said his hairline just happened in his old head? What if he was a 20-year-old with a hairline like that?
It makes it happen even faster. And then he really started taking.
What if he was a 20-year-old with a hairline like that?
What happened within the next 6 to 8 weeks was absolutely a miracle. He said that all the people in his office that had been harassing him either transferred to another department, quit working at the company, or started totally leaving him alone.
I told you all those bad kids got moved out my classroom.
That nobody came up to him and harassed
There's
him.
something here.
They just weren't there. When he went and did his stand-up comedy routines, he started getting standing ovations and nobody was heckling him.
All right, 10 for 10. My whole life changed.
He changed from focusing on what he did not want, what he was afraid of, what he wanted to avoid, to focusing on what he did want.
So we may be very positive in our outlook and orientation, and we tend to attract positive people and positive events and circumstances.
So we're kind
We're
of
very
doing that. We
negative
just need to figure out
in
how to
our
do it in the
orientation,
financial
very
side.
angry.
Because I think
In which case
we're
we tend
attracting
to
good
attract
people.
negative, angry people and negative, angry circumstances.
And so you end up attracting.
And we're attracting good
the
circumstances.
predominant thoughts that you're holding in your awareness, whether those thoughts are conscious
And
or whether they're
we're
unconscious.
meeting the healed
That's the
version
rub.
of people we've met
If
on
you
the
look
other
very
side,
carefully,
so
when
it's
it comes to
even
secret, the power of
more
our mind,
powerful
The power of our
there.
attention in our daily lives, it's all around us. All we got to do is open our eyes and look.
You can see law of attraction everywhere. You draw everything to yourself. The people, the job, the circumstances, the health, the wealth, the debt, the joy, the car that you drive, the community that you're in.